Hey guys, it's Is.
Hey, it's Robyn.
Hi guys, it's it.
Hi, it's Leah.
Hi, sir.
Now, Naj couldn't join us today because sadly, she is doing a 7-page paper. So go send her kudos because she is a queen and needs all the inspiration and applause which she deserves. But let's get into the episode because today was 310. All's well that ends well. Who Landon said that. And welcome to Leah and Fer for joining us last minute. I'm really happy you guys joined us last minute, especially since we know it's really, really early for you guys. And you've been up for a lot of hours. But okay, I know we all want to gush about Handon, but let's start off with Ethan and MG.
Cutest boyfriends.
Right? They're just, okay, Ethan was giving MG looks, okay, like soft looks. And like the whole convenience store with the robbers, okay, first off, they put the gun in the slushie and then they were drinking slushies afterwards. Am I the only one that didn't think that was unhygienic?
I didn't even saw that.
Okay, so it's just me thinking that. People in the comments, if you thought it was unhygienic, don't make me feel so bad for being the only
You
one.
are the only one. You are the only one. I'm telling you right now.
I wasn't thinking about that at the moment.
Yeah, same.
Well, you know that I overthink everything. Okay? But like I thought that Ethan was gonna like bounce the ball and they were gonna like time MG, how fast MG was gonna be, and like by the time the ball came down, that was when like he had like made the robbers go to the police station or whatever, or the police car. Like it was gonna be like one of those like slow montages where the ball just like slowly drops.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess again I was overthinking that. Anyone else? No, okay.
Not much to comment.
And then where did we go from there? I'm still stuck on the last part of the episode. So where did we go after MG and Ethan?
To the sneak peek now?
To the witch? Oh, to like Hope opening up the windows?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
She was like Josie and Lizzie. Yes. They were at school.
Oh, Josie and Lizzie at the school. Okay, and we saw that in the sneak peek. And does no one ever have class? I know we say this all the time, but Lizzie just leaves in the middle of the school day. There's empty classrooms at Mystic, and that Lizzie and Josie just happen to take over when Dorian's sitting there as the principal. Like, do they not do anything?
They have private school. Oh god.
It does. I mean, there's so many students, and yet there's no one in class except for Ethan and MG in chemistry. And like, literally, like no one goes to school, even at the regular school.
Did they ever go to school from the beginning?
No.
No,
No.
that's true.
Come on.
And you're telling me that absolutely no one.
They go to school and they don't even go to school.
Okay, but no one in that busy hallway saw Lizzie appear and then disappear. Not one person.
Nope.
And MG being a vampire couldn't, I don't know, smell her? He knows Lizzie's scent. He's a vampire. He didn't know she was like literally right there, standing there. Even
he was so much into Ethan. Oh god.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm picking it apart too much. But like, no one noticed a girl just turned invisible. This isn't Buffy.
Not Buffy. Leave us alone.
And that is not a spoiler because that is part of season 1. Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Let's go to Hope and open up in those windows, because did it not feel like the fairy tale montage of like the princess opening up the windows and like birds fluttering by and she's singing?
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I am not complaining, but that's just like
But
what my first thought
Disney
was.
World. Disney World.
Yes, she is a princess, and she opened up the windows to her castle, and like birds fluttered by, and you know, like she has the long hair, and she was singing, and it's just like,
Oh my god.
they are that is just, you could take that that scene and make it a Disney scene.
Out of context.
Like if anyone can draw Disney characters, draw that scene, and it would make so much sense, even just as cartoons.
True.
But I have to agree with Cleo and Landon. It was weird seeing her happy. Like it did really remind me of Slug Hope.
When the
Happy Hope,
SPP
yeah.
saw some slugs, it was funny.
I know, but okay. First off, him bringing her tea and scones.
Another time.
Another
Yeah.
time, yeah. Like what a sweet boyfriend. Seriously, he wakes up and his first thought is, I'm gonna go make tea and scones for my girlfriend and bring them to her.
So cute.
Like, they are perfect.
They really are.
And then he kisses him on the cheek, and it's just like, we got a cheek kiss for her.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
my
screamed.
god.
It was so cute. Domestic Handon.
It does
Yeah,
not
yeah.
replace. It does not replace the nose kiss for me, but
That's only once.
I'm for
I
sure
know.
adding that one to the kisses gif.
as you should. Because that is,
We are all waiting.
but even like Landon's face is kind of like, you didn't notice any slugs around. And both Cleo and Landon being like that little duo, that little like friendship between them in that moment was so cute. Because I've been wanting more of their like dynamic, just because, you know, Cleo saved him obviously and brought him back. And so like having that dynamic between the two of them, we haven't really seen that yet, even though he like pulled her out of the well last week and everything. So that like little friendship part was really cute. But the monsters being after Cleo, I'm pretty sure I said that last week
Solid.
or something. I don't know. I talk too much. I talk everywhere, so I don't know when I said it, but I'm pretty sure I said it. But Hope figuring it out. Like Hope, she's a lot smarter than people give her credit for, honestly. Like,
Jeez.
just the fact that she, okay, first off, using Cleo as bait.
That was unexpected.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, if Hope asked any of you to be bait, would you go against her?
Yes.
Mm.
Really? Would you be like, no, you can't use me as bait?
Yes, but Mike's will do everything you want.
Exactly. You'd be like, where are you leading me?
Exactly.
I will be your bait.
We'll do it voluntarily before she even asks.
Yeah. It's just like, do you want it? No. Don't even have to ask me the question. Yeah. It's an automatic yeah.
Exactly.
But and her packing like the picnic, and but I mean, we did figure it was a trap, like when we saw the stills, right, that it was a trap, like, because there's no way that Hope can just like pack a picnic and go have a picnic in the middle of the woods, especially when there's a monster problem. And hey, happen to have swords. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where did she hide the swords?
Under the picnic? I don't know.
Because that basket, she was just holding the basket. She wasn't holding any swords. She just like magically made them appear.
I mean, she was a wolf, but she still had her bags with her.
Oh yeah.
That's just legacy.
That is true. And this time, because remember in 203 when she turned into a wolf, when she turned back, she was completely naked. But this time she like magically put clothes on.
I think she was naked before when they show her shoulder. Then she was.
It showed her from
and-
behind
was
that
Yeah,
she's
it showed,
naked
it showed like clothes like magically going on her.
Yeah, she's
in
a
a
witch.
blink of an eye.
She's a witch.
Yes, she's a witch.
You
She's a
say that every
Robyn, she's a
You say
witch.
that every
I'm-
podcast.
She's the only
The
one.
answer to everything.
every time. I feel like that's a staple in our podcast every episode.
She's a
She's a
witch.
witch.
Michaelson
She's
is
a
back. So
verse 4. God.
But this is where I question it, and you tell me she's a witch. This is our dynamic. But anyways, we kind of jumped ahead there. But okay, so then the Banshee, she was actually really cool. Like
What?
she wasn't like too over the top, but she wasn't underwhelming, I guess.
I liked her.
Yeah.
That's what.
Like, you know who she remind me? That monster that become a tree. I forgot.
Oh, the
her name.
Triad.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a good example.
because her
That's
story
sad
had, like, a
backstory.
tree. Yeah.
I
That
didn't
was
even
sad.
think about that. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Okay, and then Cleo, like knowing the spells and just being like super powerful. First of all, we won't get into the reveal of what she is, which I totally called, by the way. Me and Pia did.
I mean,
Pia and I did. Pia, credit to Pia too. But, and I think we mentioned that on another podcast as well. Anyways, but her calling out Hope and being like, well, it's a good thing you were here to protect me. Like, no one calls Hope out like that. I mean, Lizzie kind of does, but I love how Cleo is just like so herself, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Her and Hope balance each other out so
They
much.
really do. They really do. And now that we know that what she is, her whole like coming into the school and everything just makes so much more sense now.
Mhm.
Especially with the way that she was having Hope like deal with her grief, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really like that. And like sewing the mouth shut was totally a Buffy thing, just saying. Just saying, no spoilers or anything, but that happens in Buffy too, not in the Banshee.
Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, and the Strix, yeah. Again, originated from Buffy because TVD and TO steals from, not steals because that's like a harsh term, but like they kindly borrow.
To get inspo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
inspiration from.
Inspo.
That's a lot better.
It's nice to catch the little things they have in common.
Yeah, there's a few things that, which, I mean, like, you know how much I love Buffy, so really to me,
Yeah, I have to finish Buffy.
yes, you do. And Leah's kind of started, or she has started it, I don't know yet, and Iz has to finish.
Oh,
Fur won't watch it yet.
We're gonna
Nope.
start.
No.
I haven't started. I will start this weekend.
Yeah. And you're gonna get hooked, just like I got you hooked to Lucifer.
Yep.
But so where did we go after that? We went into them in the gym.
with the Banshee.
Mm,
Yeah,
The Banshee.
but I think we skipped Alaric and Landon in the library before.
Oh right. See, it has a lark, and I just don't even think about it.
the fact
yeah.
that Hope locked him in his room.
Hope is
In
something else.
library.
I mean, like, I get it. Again, I get it. Landon doesn't have any powers, but I mean, what the fuck is a lark gonna do? Scream?
I mean,
Beat
he's
the
a
baby.
vampire hunter. We just don't like him, but he knows what he's doing.
Okay, true, but he was a vampire hunter, not a monster hunter.
Yeah, but it's still better than Landon fight skills.
Okay, that is true. That is true. Landon does not have a whole lot of fight skills. But I mean, like, Landon should be on team research, though, because he is so smart.
Yeah, he's smart. And he's always finding the monsters.
And he's supportive. So, like, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, last episode we saw it. Without him, they never would have figured it out. Right? And I mean, like, he figured out that the Truthweed thing because of some sort of conversation with Josie he had that we didn't see. Because she had left the school at that point. So when did her and Landon talk?
Off screen.
Last times.
Late night talks. I don't know.
They don't have telephones. So, like, is he calling Elena's house and they're having it? I don't know. Again, that's besides the point. But I guess if Hope knew that the monsters were after Cleo, she wasn't too concerned about Landon anyways. So really, I think
they also had like a spell around the school, no? They said.
Yeah, she did, and she spelled like around the school. So, but when to let the Banshee come in, she had to like take it down. So I don't know, but I guess if Malivore wasn't after Landon, then it doesn't really matter because she already figured it was after Cleo. So I don't know. Okay, now we go to the scene with them at the gym and the Banshee, right?
Yes.
See, I should write these things down so I know, but like
I can check it.
doing that. They trapped the Banshee in almost the same kind of circle that they trapped the Dryad in.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, she couldn't.
Which was interesting. So I mean, if they are kind of like calling back to season 1 in a way, and also like kind of like what Pia had said a couple episodes ago about them Uno reversing season 2, that would tie in really nicely with episode 5, where they were trying to get a monster who talked English so they could figure out what Malivore wanted. Because it's basically the same as today's episode. They wanted a monster that talks so they could figure out what Malivore wanted.
Yeah, the parallels are so tied to season 1.
It ended up being very similar.
Yeah, very, very, and like even Vit was saying, pointed out, is that even the actors look the same almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of interesting. And do you remember what accent the Dryad had? I don't know. They kind of talk the same too.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, was anyone surprised when she pointed to? Oh no, okay, we're not at Jet yet, but the Banshee, not. Okay, I knew she was gonna trick them, even though she was on the you knew monsters are gonna trick whatever, right? Because their objective is Malivore, whatever it is that he wants. But I'm curious why Cleo decided to go to Jet.
Yeah.
Like, what made her, like, is there something, you know how Banshees are attracted to someone who's gonna die? Is Cleo the same way with other people? Like, she just kind of senses that someone needs inspiration and she goes to them?
That can be one thing. Like she knows
She
how to
did
do
the same with Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah, like
she
she did with Caleb, right?
And just like
So-
she
Go ahead.
And
she did with Hope too.
But yeah.
she was the only one who figured it out.
Yeah, so she must have some sort of like other sense that draws her to certain people. Because like even when she first got at the school, like you were saying, is that she figured it out with Hope right away when no one else who was supposed to be close to her figured it out. And here comes this like girl that knows nothing about her, and she was like, I sense something powerful within you, and she doesn't even know Hope at that point is a tribrid. Like I
That's
feel like
built up.
yeah, I feel like that's part of her power. So anyways, her going to Jed, did he just like carry, okay, it's gonna be a stupid question again, and I know he's a wolf, so you don't have to say, but like him just like taking all of his gym equipment and then carrying it up to his room, like all I picture is him throwing a fit and just like stomping his feet as he carries his gym equipment out of the gym and up into his room. Like like I guess I can't be here. Just carries all of his stuff.
Carries it all in his arms as if he's like traveling.
Yeah, exactly, right? And just like, I guess I'll just work out here. I mean, it's not like he didn't have, he could have gone outside and worked out. He could have done any number of things, but he had to carry all of his gym equipment into his room so he could work out, or into the hallway so he could work out. Every single thing. He didn't have, I mean, he could have just taken like 2 weights and just worked out with those. There's plenty of workouts you could do with those. But he had to take everything?
And then only use one.
Needed to work out, Robyn.
Just, the logic behind that does not make any sense to me.
It's so funny. Oh God.
See, I think about things that no one else thinks about.
Details.
But,
a lot.
you guys know. Trust me, I'll be doing this for Lucifer too, so don't worry.
Can't wait.
And then Cleo goes to him, and then all of a sudden, like this, like, okay, him figuring out, I didn't even know that he knew spells like that. Like, do werewolves take witch courses like that, where like with spells and stuff?
I don't think, unless Landon, because Landon was different, because he said he doesn't take any like classes like that at some point. I remember him saying something like that. So maybe the werewolves are different.
I mean, I guess he was dating Alyssa, so he would have an idea about spells, but it's just kind of odd that being a werewolf, that's probably not in his like learning bracket or whatever, because they would have different classes, right? Like I would assume werewolves are a little bit more physical. So like him knowing a complex spell like that probably wasn't something that he learned in his non-classroom that he never goes to school for. I don't know, but I mean, okay, so he figured it out, and his eyes looked really cool though when they did that.
It was perfect. And did you see the post that Finn put the pictures? Like the closer pictures were even more beautiful.
I know, they were like, that was a really good scene with him. I mean, he's a regular, and he hasn't really had like, how much screen time has he actually had? And I know it's hard with COVID and everything, but like he needs to be on the screen more often, because he did that really, really well, and that was a really good scene there.
I was very excited. I've always wanted Ben to get up the series regular, and I'm glad he is. And so he definitely needs to be on the screen just a little bit more. Give us a little bit more content with him.
Well, I think now, because remember he said to Cleo that he's been delegated to the junior squad, even though there is no junior squad, so basically he was just all on his own. I mean, unless you would consider Wade and Gabby part of the junior squad. Which we got another Gabby mention from Landon, so clearly he's been playing D&D with Wade and Gabby. But okay, that reminds me of when they first saw the Banshee, and Landon was like, what did he say, something like, who is this or whatever, and Hope was just like someone from, or some sort of horror movie or something like that, and Landon was like, that is so cool. And I was just like, that is so me. Because I would be like that too. I would totally be geeking out like him. I'd be like, oh my God, it's a Banshee. This is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like all the monsters. And then them having a bed on a Wendigo. I mean, I'm pretty sure I asked for a Wendigo too, so I feel like that was for me as well. Because a Wendigo, I mean, when has a Wendigo ever been like talked about, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, well, apparently it's never a Wendigo, or I guessed a Wendigo, but they had never talked about a Wendigo. The spell, or Hope taking the Banshee's sigil, like family sigil, and then okay, does Hope just know every spell?
She's a queen.
Right? Like big brain.
She's a witch.
Because literally, like, I know but Freya was still learning. She still had to learn spells. Hope just knows everything. She just knows every single spell.
As she should.
So like, you know, we're gonna need something of the witch or the Banshee, and then so she takes the necklace and puts it in Jed's hand, and then the spell just happens to be complete because of course Hope knows it. I love Hope, but she knows every single spell. There is no learning. This is why she doesn't need to be in the school anymore. She knows everything.
He just needs to move.
She does.
She's just a protector.
Yeah, it's time for Landon to
That's why she's there.
Yeah, her and Landon can just leave.
Landon needs to build her a house.
Oh, yes. And then Landon, okay, and then Landon being like Team Hope and you know, getting the weed like we had said before. When the Banshee had Jed point to Landon, was anyone surprised?
Nope.
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 That was a resounding nope.
yeah.
But
It's always something about Landon.
yeah, but it is we knew that the monsters do trick, right? Even though she had the Truthweed, we know from Lucifer she doesn't always have to tell the truth. She can bluff, and she can walk around the truth. So she didn't have to tell the truth because Landon has died, and he probably will die because he's human. So that could have been like the gray area loophole, because there's always a loophole, right?
Yeah.
But of course, we find out that her original, like the actual plan was to separate Cleo from Hope. So Malivor's afraid of Hope.
Obviously.
So he doesn't want her to die, because if she died, then she would turn into Tribird, which means that she would then be toxic to him. But he is afraid of her, because if he's trying to separate Cleo from Hope, it means that he is afraid of Hope. So he has a weakness. He's not like, I kind of wonder if he began to become afraid of Hope in 304, when Landon said, like when he was talking about Hope, and he was just like, oh, but by the way, she's kind of toxic to you. Like that was when he kind of got like his self-preservation, you know? Because otherwise he wouldn't have really known too much, because like he would kind of sense like Hope in Malivore would kind of be like a thorn in her side, but he wouldn't really know what, he would just know that she was a thorn, not that, you know, anything else. So then you remove the thorn and you don't even think about it. But with Landon offering that information, and the Oni in 204 had Landon, or like, you know, Oni trying to figure out why Hope had thrown herself into Malivore. So like I feel like Malivore has been kind of trying to get all of this information this whole time to figure out like what the hell is going on, because it's not like he can, you know, see all. I mean, he can make the necromancer human. So like, which I actually thought of a theory about that, but I'll tell you guys later. It actually came from my crossover fic, which is funny. But it's a good theory. But I just think that Malivore has been kind of collecting data throughout all of season 2, and then kind of figured it out in 304. And so that's why he's trying to leave Hope alone and leave Landon alone, because he probably figures that Hope would protect Landon over Cleo, right? And then so he could get Cleo for what he needs her for.
didn't he subconsciously knew in the beginnings of season 2 when he tossed Hope out that she was toxic to him?
Well, I don't know if he knew she was toxic. I think it was just that she was using magic. And so anytime she used magic was when he opened up a portal. So I kind of wonder if he was like having some sort of like allergic reaction or something like that, you know, but not necessarily knowing that she's toxic to him.
I think he knew she was toxic. But
I'm not
yeah.
saying like he was sure that she was toxic. Like in the back of his mind, if he has one, he was sensing something because she opened the doors in between the monsters and all of that. And Clark was saying that something has changed. Like Malivore was thinking that Hope has to do something with this whole change. But then, as you said, they built up the knowledge until now that he's like staying away from Landon.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know that like Clark's whole thing saying is that Malivore just wanted like to reproduce or whatever and have like the perfect body, but I feel like there's something deeper than that.
And like, is the Bone Armor Man working for Malivore because he was the one to catch Cleo?
Yeah. And then he tied her up.
Yeah.
I know we're kind of jumping, but let's just jump anyways.
Yeah.
And then he tied her up, but he blew that like green. What was that?
Yellow can spell something, yeah. Or I don't know. But it felt like magic.
Yeah, it had to have been something like that.
It could honestly be Sayla, if you think about it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like he wouldn't want to hurt Hope.
Yeah.
And like I said, obviously, I mean, the Bone guy is like, or whoever it is around Landon and Hope.
Hope. Why don't you make some deal with Malivore to save Landon?
Well, I mean, the Sphinx did say that he was working for someone else.
Yeah.
But then
Another master.
Another master, yeah. And I always assumed it was Sayla.
Then again, I don't want to jump, but like
Mm,
Hope said that she
fought with that thing before.
Yeah, and it felt familiar. And Pia pointed out, so this is Pia's credits to Pia, is that she pointed out that it's a parallel to 207 when Hope fought Clark in Cindy Landon's body. Or like when she fought Clark right before he put himself into Cindy Landon's body. So if it is Clark, that's why it could be familiar. Because she's fought Clark.
Everyone thinks Clark now. Because she never fought Landon.
Well, the only time she ever, quote unquote, fought Landon was when they were doing that training session.
And the pilot, when she jumped him.
And the pilot, yeah. But that wasn't really a fight. That was her just kind of jumping him as a wolf.
Yeah.
But like, which, I mean, I guess the parallel with the wolf and the bone warrior would be 101 when she attacked him, right? But the only time that her and Landon actually trained was when they had just those sticks, and then she had like, you know, when she was fighting with Alyssa. Yeah. When they had the dock scene. So like, I feel like it wouldn't be familiar if it was Landon just because she hasn't technically fought Landon.
Yeah.
But she did fight.
Yeah. She never fought Sayla either.
And she never fought Sayla, yeah. So like, I think that is a clue when she says, I feel like I fought them before. So it you know, and it's not saying that it's Clark's body per se, because when he went into Malivore, when he was like, his soul was in Cindy Landon's body, and he was a golem, so it's not like that body couldn't be remade, right? Because Cindy Landon was made out of what, mud and clay or whatever, because he was literally just the crystal in the chest, and then the rest, he had no blood. He was filled with Hope's blood. So, I mean, I wonder if Malivore
And
has that.
Malivore could always create him again.
Yeah, like he could, because he's just mud, so he could recreate him again. Because remember when he let Clark out in season 2 and Clark said that his dad was making him unstable? Because like all of those years before he went into Malivore with Hope, he wasn't unstable, right? It wasn't until, because his dad had let him out because of, he was supposed to like help unlock him with the keys. But then for some reason, when he came out the second time, he had to feed on other monsters in order to keep himself stable. Otherwise, because like when he like wiped his face across his hands, he was all mud. So that could also explain why Landon melted, because Malivore had still had them linked still. That's why Clark was like that. That's why Landon was like that, because he still had them linked, because Malivore still had control. So if Simulandon or Clark's soul or whatever went into Malivore, then because that was just a body, like a fake body, Malivore could have remade it and had Clark, because he still would have Clark's soul in his dimension, right? So he could just make him a new body because he already made that body. I know, it's just I'm thinking a lot about it, but like
It makes sense.
if Clark came back, and if you think about it, that means that he would have access to Hope's blood, and the Bone Warrior at the end took Hope and Landon's hair.
Also, this one goes for Bella. She just say that Hope fought Landon in the therapy box.
Oh, in the therapy box.
But would you remember that? I don't know. Probably.
But that was all in her head. That wouldn't be like a physical.
That was like her version of Landon.
Yeah, that would be like her fighting herself.
Oh yeah, true.
Because she wouldn't know what fighting Landon would be like, because that was literally in her own head. But like, okay, before we get into like the really, really cute scenes.
You have been all waiting.
Finch being a werewolf.
What
What
do
do
you
you
think?
What'd you say?
Finch being a werewolf.
Oh yeah.
Called it.
I think everyone called it that. Yeah.
No, but
I didn't want it to be that obvious. I wanted it to be something else. So I am not going to take the win on that one, because I didn't want it to be that obvious.
I knew she would be supernatural, but
Yeah.
I wasn't buying the werewolf and theory either.
I mean,
Because
like,
she
thought it would be
kill?
so obvious.
That's the thing.
But
Is
it's nice to have another werewolf woman.
oh, that's true. We do have a female werewolf now, like another one. So that's good.
that's
But,
what
like-
I've been wanting a female werewolf. That's why I wanted Finch to be one so bad.
Yeah. And I mean, it would make sense as far as like why she reacted the way she did with Maya and like the thing with Josie and stuff like that. Okay. First off, Josie, let's jump back a little bit and go to Lizzie and Josie in the classroom where Lizzie was teaching Josie how to flirt.
Music too much.
I love Lizzie. Like,
I really did too.
Lizzie is just, she's like everyone's spirit animal, I think. Like, can I just have someone like Lizzie to like encourage me to do things? Like, just be my personal cheerleader? Because I feel like I would get a lot more accomplished.
I can pretend you didn't say that.
Okay, you are my Lizzie, yes.
Pretend you didn't say that. We'll talk
But
about this later.
you don't follow me around.
I can't.
I know. But and then knowing exactly how to push Josie by calling her out, saying that she doesn't like shoot or shot, which she totally stole from MG, by the way. But that was just really cute. And then Josie going to Finch and having that whole like, I haven't felt this way about someone in a really long time.
That's just, I didn't see that scene.
Okay.
Back to
So Josie went to Finch and she was just like, and Finch had all of her friends around, and she like basically confessed her feelings and asked her out on a date. And she was just like, I haven't felt this way for anyone in a really long time.
Mic drop.
The pose flashback.
Mic drop. Yeah.
But like that hurt like how Finch just say I can't 2 times.
Yeah. Because Josie's like, okay, well, not tonight, then maybe tomorrow. Finch was like, yeah, I don't think tomorrow's gonna work. Like, I mean, you could tell something was up, and I thought that her friends would say something like, oh, hey, she, has like family issues or something, but they just like let Josie walk away without saying anything.
Yeah. I thought it was something about her family she was hiding.
That's what I
Maybe
thought
she
too.
took a role.
But like, how long has she been a werewolf? First of all, and
Who
like,
did
she's
Did
been
she
hiding,
kill? Exactly.
she's been hiding herself in the tunnels.
Yeah, to turn.
They talked about how in the scene between MG and Ethan with the radio,
Yeah.
where they're basically like, there's something tripped at Mystic Falls, and they said, oh, it's probably another false alarm. So obviously it wasn't her first time.
Oh yeah, because they probably wouldn't have found her because she would have either run away or hid or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay. I wonder how long she's been a wolf though. And then who did she kill again?
Family member? Because she got got out since she was 14.
Yeah. She's from a family from werewolf then.
Family members.
Yeah, it had to have been. I mean, the next episode is about her, so.
Oops.
I want to see how Josie will deal when she found out that Lizzie lied to her.
I was hoping she would find out, but she didn't. But it's fine. I'll wait.
Oh god,
It's gonna hurt, but I mean.
That can be another reason why you save it.
Yeah.
Got some stuff between Josie and Lizzie too.
Let me say, I'm loving the story between Fish and Josie. They are not just jumping things like, oh, let's make them a couple just because they are a couple and everyone is screaming for rap. Like they are really taking their care with their story and just building stuff up. And like Finch is more than just a love interest. She has a background story.
Yeah. I do really like that. I love that they haven't kissed yet. I love that they haven't really gone on their date yet because I mean, we know from the Vampire Diary universe, any couples that take time, like that, or like have things thrown at each other like that, or just or the angst or whatever, are usually the ones that end up being together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like just the fact that like Brett and Thomas and that wrote Finch and are not rushing her story, it's just so beautiful. Like
and Brett say he was being sensitive about this stuff right now.
Yeah. And I know that there's people, like, we haven't had a lot of Finch scenes, so I understand that there's people who don't like setting other ships aside.
Yeah.
Don't like Finch and Josie, but the thing is they're building that, right? I mean, they're not making it happen so quickly, and I think that's nice. Like, I really, really like that. Not to mention, Josie needs to figure out her own stuff, and Finch clearly needs to figure out her own stuff before they can actually be together. So, like,
yeah, and Finch should go to the sabotage school.
Yeah,
because she's going there.
But if Finch is dealing with that and Josie is dealing with her own thing, think about the growth that they can have together, working through it together. Like, I think that would be really beautiful. But, okay, Lizzie finding out the Finch is a wolf. And then the scene with MG and Lizzie, I just wasn't feeling it today. Like, I usually like MG and Lizzie, but, like, that was just kind of...
It was, like, short and just there for a filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Ethan and MG scenes are way better. Like, even when he whacked Finch over the head and he was just like, how's that for a sidekick? And I'm sorry, but that was just adorable.
I love their dynamics.
Me too. I mean, maybe I'm being biased now, but like, I don't know. But I just didn't feel it with the Mizzy scene. Like, it's just like, I love the two characters. Yeah. I don't know. Was anyone else?
Yeah, I it
Same.
was so fast that I blinked and it was over. So
Focus on the fact that Finch was
So they just like picked Finch up and just like carried her
yeah, and left her there.
and let her sleep.
that's gonna change Ethan seeing Finch.
Yeah,
Well, that will explain. That will probably help him
Understand?
understand her better now with
Yeah.
what happened with Maya, right?
Yeah.
So, but okay, how do you feel about Lizzie lying to Josie?
Not for it, but I understood why she did it.
Yeah.
But I understand why the writers wrote it, because it's going to create some tension between Josie and Lizzie when it does come out that Lizzie knew. Why I understood why Lizzie did it, but then again, at the end, it's going to hurt Josie either way.
yeah.
You know, like, because for one, it hurt. Not only did she lie and not tell Josie that Finch is a werewolf, but she basically told her another lie and was basically like, you know, he's in a serious relationship.
Yeah.
And Josie, like you said, I guess in that scene or whatever, she said that, you know, she hasn't felt like this for somebody in a really long time. That's gotta hurt when you hear that she's in a relationship.
I feel like Lizzie should have allowed Josie to make that choice for herself.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, I understand why she lied because Josie wants to be part of a non-magic world, and now Finch is part of this magic world. But like,
That's Joe's decision.
yeah, it's Josie's decision. It wasn't Lizzie's decision, and she should have just said Finch is a wolf, and it is up to Josie whether or not she wants to pursue
I
that.
thought she was gonna say it.
So did I.
Like she's saying she has someone else. I also heard it.
She did, like,
But like Josie's gonna confront Finch at some point.
100%.
Or Finch is gonna confront Josie.
Next week's episode is Finch's episode. So,
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if that's a tie-in to what we saw for the promo.
Oh yeah, probably.
Probably.
Like Josie talking with herself.
Yeah. Because
Probably.
like, if she found out that about Finch or found out about the fact that her sister lied, because I don't think it's going to stay a secret very long. Because like, what does Lizzie expect? That just Josie's not going to talk to Finch?
What I mean, the logical thing would be sending her to the Salvatore school.
Oh, Finch is just going to leave.
Because what are they going to do with her?
Yeah. Right, because they would tell Alaric. Well, now they got another member at the school.
Yeah, I think Ethan's gonna become a supernatural at some point.
I think he's become a vampire. That's what I think.
Yeah, if they keep doing these things, like he might get hurt and MG give his blood to him, something like that.
Yeah, because like MG's gonna put him in they're gonna get cocky and they're gonna put themselves in danger, and then Ethan will probably end up getting hurt. Either that or he'll like try to find a way to make himself a vampire because he wants like the super cool powers. What?
we also talk about the fact that in the tunnels with Lizzie and Finch, when Finch asked Lizzie who she was or whatever, I get why Lizzie didn't say anything about being Josie's twin. But like, I wish she did. I don't know why. I'm thinking too much.
Because Finch is gonna find out, especially if she goes to the Salvatore school. She'll be like, I remember you.
Yeah.
But then Finch will find out that Josie is supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a confrontation.
There's gonna be a lot of tensions.
Yeah. You know, people should just talk in the show if they talk.
But if they are,
Everything.
well, right, communication. Just freaking communicate. I mean, Handon's finally starting to do that.
Thank God.
God.
Like, my theory for Lizzie makes a lot more sense if Josie pushes her away too. this would make a lot of sense as to why Lizzie like kind of goes off on her own because she feels, because remember Pia and I said that they were isolating Lizzie. And this makes sense because if she lied to her sister, and her sister especially is her blind spot, imagine how desperate she would be if Josie doesn't want anything to do with her.
Yeah. It may do like the cool theory that people are saying about Lizzie.
Yeah. So I don't know. Season 3 has gotten like super like it's really, I really like it.
So good.
It is.
It really is. I was
This is
like,
really good.
Let's get into all of the really adorable Handon stuff. Because I
Yeah.
know that's what we're all waiting for. So
Okay.
first off, Landon Hope's spelling Landon in his room.
She is just no
Really?
word.
Okay, Hope, you didn't think that maybe he could help you with research?
I think she apologized. I mean, she was freaking out. She just got him back. It's understandable.
Yeah, and she did apologize to him. So they, like I said, the communication. And then he came out and he handed her a bag of clothes and encouraged her to turn into a wolf.
And his smile when he say that.
I was just like, I can't believe we're getting this scene.
Yeah, I just love that Landon loves her for completely. Like he loves who she is.
Oh, he's so
Like
supportive.
Hope always thought that she was a monster because she's a tyrant or
Freak of
something like
nature
that.
or something, yeah. A
And
mistake.
Landon just love every side of her.
Truly. Like he's just so supportive of every side of her. The witch side, the wolf side. He will be with the vampire side when she activates that. Like, just the fact he's just
He's the best boyfriend, honestly.
Okay. So, today when the writers tweeted the emojis, they tweeted the grapes.
Oh God, here we go.
I said to Vit and Pia that it was going to be a Handon date. And what did you call me?
A clown.
A clown. They called me a clown. And what did we get?
A Handon date.
A Handon date on the docks.
You manifested.
Doxing.
Another doc scene.
Another
like
dock scene.
They buy that. It's them.
With the lighting, with cheese, with food, like a whole picnic date. And I kid you fucking not, I wrote a picnic date in one of my one-shots that I haven't
He
really...
had photos and he had bouquets and food.
Yes.
Like, it's perfect.
The only difference that I had in my one-shot is that it was in the forest and not at the dock. But I had, like, the food, I had the blanket, I had the flowers, like, I had it all. Okay? And it's just...
They need to pay you already.
Seriously, but why the hell did they cut it short? We literally just saw her smiling at him and that was it.
Please.
We needed that
But
date.
it was so fancy. It was so fancy. Like, you put lights all up there.
Okay, I know that there's pictures. I know people have taken pictures of it. I just jumped on here right away, so I haven't really looked at Twitter too much or anything. So I need to go and study it some more afterwards. But like, we asked for a Handon date. We got a Handon date. We just want a little bit more of a Handon date.
We just want to see it.
Like them sitting down,
Yeah.
you know. Okay. And then when I thought
Oh my.
that it was done, and we were just what did we go? We went to like Alaric and that.
Yeah, I thought it was it for us.
I thought that it was done because I thought that, I was like, there's like 5 more minutes left. Like, we're not going to get anything. And then we got Handon snuggling in bed.
I screamed. I was shaking, honestly. I was shaking.
That was the best thing ever.
Yeah. Handon get is so, I don't know, they're so sick in that.
I was screaming. I was just like, oh my God, they're snuggling in bed.
I couldn't even type. Like, I couldn't get my phone to type because I was shaking.
I know. You, me, and Pam were like freaking out. It was like literally capitals yelling in chat. Like we were just oh my god, like I was shaking. I literally said to Iz, I was like, I am shaking right now. I'm fucking shaking right now.
Typing a little bunch of nothing, just words.
As soon as I got on Zoom, are you shaking? I'm shaking.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was just okay. Handon snuggling in bed. Like we have been wanting that. We
I'm not okay.
Thomas.
We love
And,
you.
and the other writer, what's his name, Price? Thank you.
Baby writer.
We love you. We owe you crowns.
Forever grateful.
Yeah. You have our forever eternal gratefulness.
This will have to keep us for 3 weeks.
Yeah, this is what we're gonna have to live with for 3 weeks. Okay, and then I know we haven't got to the Cleo part yet, but we'll save that for last. The Bone Warrior fighting Hope and running away. Okay, so it can't be Landon because Clark wouldn't know Hope was a wolf, right? Like, or he did, but he hasn't seen her as a wolf. Whereas Landon saw Hope as a wolf, so he would know that she was a white wolf. Which, hey, is White Wolf. Hi. Him running away as soon as he saw her and then sneaking into Landon's room, how did he know it was Landon's room?
Yeah, because it's Clark.
Yeah, because Clark has been in that room because that's where he found Hope in 207. So he knew the balcony because Hope had jumped off the balcony. And then he probably figured that Hope and Landon were, I thought he was just going to take Hope's hair. I had no idea he was going to take Hope and Landon's hair.
He ran the school for some time, so
and he ran the school. Yeah, exactly. So like, just why did he take the hair?
And I have no idea. I have so many thoughts and none at the same time. I want to know why.
Maybe he has a witch
Yeah, maybe he has a witch.
doing some voodoo things. I don't know.
I
Or
saw
sing
the
them.
timeline say that he might link both, so he can kill Landon and turn Hope.
Oh,
So she
Yeah.
can Malivore. I don't remember who he is, but it's from Twitter, so if you or you, I give it the credit.
Because if you have something of someone else, you can like, okay, there's a whole number of things. Is you can create like voodoo dolls where you can control the people, right? Because you normally with voodoo dolls you put their hair in the doll when you make them, like, or in the wax or whatever. So like,
yes.
and if Malivore's like, you know, making golems, then all he would need is literally DNA from the person that he was making, right? So like now he has Hope's DNA and he has Landon's DNA. And if you think about it, he should technically have Hope's blood still. Because what did that blood do? I mean, when it went into the portal? I know it was just a head, but a head has blood. And he would only need a couple of drops.
Yeah, but also Hope's blood is all over the school, and he could snuck in, so
Yeah, true.
he
Because
can take it from school too.
But what if he's creating? Okay, so the Ethan had said in the truck that, remember he had said something about creating like there's like another you out there, like an evil you, and like he was talking to MG about that. That could be foreshadowing to what's going to happen later, right? And I'm wondering if that's kind of like, what if he took the DNA from the two of them? He's going to make some sort of like super soldier from both of their hair to fight the two of them. But I mean, it's possible, right? I mean, it's possible he could.
It is.
If he merged the two DNAs together and creates a golem, it would have both the DNA that he needed, except without the toxic blood. He could create himself a much stronger body.
It's just This is so
my
insane.
God.
Like this scene was so
And
good. Because it has
so they
friends.
have to fight it together.
Yeah, so they would have to fight. I mean, like Brett did say they'd be, I mean, that he did say it would be, or Danielle said it would be a more familial storyline for Landon, which makes sense if, especially if Malivore comes back as like another body and not like the mud monster. It's possible, but then he also did say that they would grow closer than ever, fighting like, you know, the Malivore monsters. And Arya did say in that one interview about how, or even Danielle and Arya both said that like the height of like the Malivore story really comes to a head this season.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So having both of their DNA could make a very powerful alternate body for him. Because all he needed was Landon's DNA, because it's part his. I don't know. That's just my thinking on it. I always try to make people speechless.
Always.
There's always
You're
like
pro at it.
I am. I think too much, and I guarantee you, after this episode is done, I will think like 50,000 more theories, and Iz will hear every single one of them.
Group chat full of theories.
And I'll put them in the group chat. Yep. I mean, like every day, I'm coming up with something new. Iz, you're just like,
Actually,
yeah.
right.
You're not wrong.
But a lot of the theories do end up being like half truths, so there's something in there that's working properly.
Yep.
Let's
No,
go to-
it's all working out.
Not all of
Don't
them.
worry.
Okay, let's go to the reveal of Cleo. Her being a muse.
Called it.
Called it. Yeah, exactly. Called it. Right. Me and Pia, I think Pia and I,
Okay, Robyn called it.
we went, like Pia and I went off and chat when I don't think that you were like, I don't know, you were working or something, and Pia and I had gone off in this whole long tangent about the muse and like the whole like the Greek statues or whatever, right? That?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working. But
Yeah.
when I came back, I saw it.
Yeah.
But you guys are always going off about this stuff, and I'm just like watching.
I know. I know we're always going off about something. I mean, today we went off about, I think we went off about like 70s movies and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
I was like, I haven't watched it.
So Cleo being the muse, which and then in 306, no, 307 is the bust one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So 306 is the one where they had her walking into the art room, and Hope had done that painting where she had like flicked the paints all over the canvas or whatever. But when Cleo walked in, they had shown that bust of and then that other statue of like Aphrodite, and the Cleo the muse is very much tied into like the Greek mythology of like Aphrodite and stuff. So like that was, I thought that was a really, maybe they didn't think that anyone would pick up on that. The bust was Adonis, but like maybe they thought that people wouldn't pick up on that, but like it was really cool for them to like slide that in. I don't know. Did anyone else pick up on that at all?
I was just thinking about the series of novels that I read, and like when they said that Cleo is the seventh daughter of the seventh daughter, and there was this book that there was this like really, really powerful witch, but it was a guy, and you know, like all these Greek mythologies and fighting monsters, and I was just sorry.
No, I think that's a really cool reveal though, because here we thought she was going to be a harpy because of that thing that we had seen. I mean, Way to go, guys. That was a fun little twist. You had us all hoping it was a harpy, and then it turns out she's a muse. But I love the fact that she's a muse. Like, that is the coolest reveal. Okay? Like, I don't know.
It is.
So I'm really excited for her story. I think her story is what, like episode 13? So that will be, I think that will be a really good episode.
Oh, what is it? One day you
will understand.
You understand.
One day you will understand.
What's the next one? The next one is, what's 11's?
You can't hide from who you are. You can't run from who you are.
Yeah,
That's totally a Josie.
yeah, we'll call it Josie.
Well, Josie or Finch. Either one of them.
Probably both, yeah. Probably Josie found terms with her being a witch and help Finch.
And Finch coming to terms with her being a wolf. Like I said, they can help each other, right? And then episode 12.
Yeah. But also, like, Hope told something like that in episode 8 to Josie, so.
She did say that, yeah.
We can run, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And at episode 12, I'm sorry, what is?
I was
made to love you.
Yes.
I was made to love you.
And we all think that's Handon.
If there's no Handon, it's gonna be like clown. But anyway,
it's also the title of a Buffy episode. Just saying.
Yeah.
About this. Don't talk about it.
I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just saying it's the title of an episode.
I know it is.
She doesn't talk about it. She just drop it. This hints.
Okay.
It lets us to spiral along.
I know, well, you guys need to watch Buffy and then you'll understand. But let's go into our okay, well, let's start with you.
I don't know yet.
Oh, you know yet. Okay, how about our guests? Leah, MVP and favorite scene?
It's a lot. MVP, I'm gonna go with, I don't know, Hope, because the wolf stuff and how fast that she figured it out, and I don't know, everyone were amazing, but I always have a thing for Hope, so yeah.
I mean, don't we all?
True.
And your favorite scene?
The dog scene and their walk to their, yeah.
Oh, we totally didn't even talk about their walk. Were they holding hands?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. She had his arms around.
She was holding to him.
Yeah.
I mean, Fur's gonna show it, like, you know, break it down scene by scene anyways, so I'll see it later, but like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
She said like a Shakespeare line, no?
I think I have a screenshot that they're holding hands, like Hope is tied to his arm. I'll send it to the group chat.
Okay, that is so cute. Okay. That is a great scene. Okay, Fur, your MVP, your favorite scene.
I'm going to say Landon because he gave us the dog scene and we have to survive 3 weeks with that.
Yeah.
And the scene, the dog scene, obviously.
Okay, Vit?
My MVP is Hope. I mean, I think this episode, like, she shined through everything. Since the start to the end. And my favorite scene, probably the Handon dog scene and the revelation of Finch being a wolf. I love it. When she was turning.
Yeah, that was so good. I liked that too. Is?
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna go with Hope this episode too. She's just, I love her every episode, and if I could make her my MVP every episode, I would. My favorite scene, I'm gonna have to go with Finch turning. That was the reveal that she was a wolf. That was probably my favorite scene. But yeah.
Okay. Everyone basically chose what, Hope and Landon as their favorites?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna break the mold, even though you guys know how much I love Hope. I'm gonna say Lizzie.
Oh yeah.
Because
Green.
I loved her this episode. I loved her whole thing with her sister. I loved like that scene between her and Finch. Okay, it was funny when Lizzie was like, "Oh, she's hot," and like, and she like knocked Josie's books down and like pulled Josie over towards the lockers or whatever or the classroom when she was like, I don't know. I just really loved Lizzie this episode. Obviously I loved Hope because I mean, when do I not love Hope? But I'm gonna say Lizzie is my MVP. And my favorite scene, I want to say the Handon scenes, but I'm going to be different again and say, I'm going to say it's the Josie and Finch scene where Josie confesses her feelings. Shocking, I know, but that scene was really cute.
No, like I wish I would have seen it because it sounds cute.
I also really, really liked the scene of Wolf Hope. I mean, anytime, okay, you guys know how I feel about Wolf Hope. I write Wolf Hope in like everything. The one of the fics I'm writing has Wolf Hope, but she doesn't actually turn. But you've seen a little bit of it. I was what I was teasing you and Pia with the other day. That's the one that has the Handon date in it.
Oh.
That's the story that has the Handon date in it.
For challenge, right?
For the writing challenge, yes. I finished writing the writing challenge fic. It has the Handon date in it, and it has the wolf. So when you guys read my story for the Handon challenge, just know that I wrote it before this episode.
Can I give him a special note to Jed because he was also special?
Yes. Shout out to Jed.
I was considering making Jed my MVP.
Yeah, me too.
I was considering it, but then I was like, I gotta give it to Hope. So.
Yeah, but let's make Jed a special MVP. Let's go. Because he found a way to talk with the Banshee, and he was awesome. Ben's acting was amazing.
I love Ben.
I agree. Yeah. Special shout out to Jed. Ben, we love you. Okay, so the next 2 weeks we don't have an episode. We don't have a Legacies episode. We are gonna film next week. We're having our game episode for Handon Weekly. At this point, I don't know if Naj can join us because of school, but we're hoping that she can. Fur and Paige are gonna join us because they're our game masters, and it's a game show, and it is called Can You Stump Handon Weekly? So Paige has set up a Google Doc where you can find the link on the Handon Weekly official account on Twitter and also on my Twitter. I'll tweet it out again. I think that, do you have it pinned to the Handon Weekly page?
Yeah.
If not now, she will have it pinned. So you go to the doc, ask a question, and also give the answer. Nothing inappropriate. It's only Legacies, so it's not November Diaries, no the originals, just Legacies, all 3 seasons. And you need to ask a question and see if you can stump us. And if the person who can stump us, if you do stump us first of all, because we're all working as a team, it's not individually, it's all of us as a team. The person who can stump us or ask the hardest question, I will send them a prize.
Oh.
So go to the doc, send in your question and your answer. Paige will set it all up, and then Paige and Fur will be asking us the questions. And so we have no idea what the questions are. We have no idea what the answers are. It's all on Paige and Fur right now, which, I mean, they are gratefully doing that for us. So thank you. So that will be a really fun episode. I don't know about the episode after that. We're going to discuss that, whether or not we're going to have one. And then also the writing challenge is due May 1st. You have half a month left. So make sure you write something. The prompt is thunderstorms. Tag Handon Weekly May challenge on AO3 when you upload it on May 1st. Remember, May 2nd is Hope's birthday. So if it's also a birthday fic, that works even better. But the prompt is thunderstorms. So
thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
And thank you to Fur and Leah for joining us last minute.
Yes.
Hope you guys get some good sleep.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So love you guys, and we'll
Bye.